Hello, this is James Halsey, and today I'm going to be presenting my final project plan, part two, the implementation of our mitigation plan. So what we have to do for this assignment is specifically choose one that we did from part one, and today I'll be going over implementing the pfSense firewall and a little bit more with that, just because setting it up is actually relatively simple. So here is the network diagram that we were given. This is what it logically looks like. RT3 is connected to RT2, so on and so forth. And something that is very important is that there's no active firewall. We see the firewall off to the side, but if it's not actually inside of it or implemented it, this is a huge risk. We have no filter to accept or block certain things. This means malware and other things of the sort can get in relatively easily. So today we're going to be implementing this pfSense firewall into our system. And how we're going to be doing that is we're going to activate all of our systems except RT1 local. If we activate pfSense instead of it, the network is created so that pfSense will actually replace RT1 local as long as we do not have it powered up. So it's very important that we power up RT3, RT2, but not RT1 and pfSense in its place. So that's exactly what I did over here. And as you can see, RT1 local is not powered on, but pfSense is in its place. And an important thing with pfSense is while you can alter it and make configurations from here, it is rather difficult. It's not very easy. So we notice that there's an IP address, and with DC1, our other virtual machine, we can have access to the web application to make configuring this significantly easier and significantly better. So I signed into DC1 previously, and then I went to this IP address. It was the same one we just saw at pfSense, so we're connecting directly to the pfSense, and we have to enter in some credentials to get into it in order to look at the web application that we can alter from. So this is what we see at first. There's many things you could do, run some diagnostics, VPN, but today we're specifically talking about the pfSense firewall. And so what we're going to look at is some rules. The whole idea behind the firewall is you need rules for what it filters, what it doesn't. A very big filter that doesn't catch very much isn't very useful, so you want a lot of rules that actually specify what it needs. And so we have a few here already. As you can see, there's some right here. It actually goes in importance of top to bottom. So for rules on top, it's going to be very important and take precedence over the rules on bottom. This is important for things that might contradict each other. So the rule on top is always going to be more important than the rules on bottom. So we'll take a look at it real quick. There's the very basic stuff that you can do. Passing, accepting, or passing, rejecting, or blocking, or a few options you can make for it. You could choose the interface if we want it to be our local area network or wide area network. We have access to that. If we want to specify if it's IPv4, IPv6, that's also another thing. Protocols is very important. And then here's where you can get into some specifics of the source and the destination. You can do a lot really with it. You can block individual clients. You can block large clients. If you want to block individual ones, you have to put in the source address. But yeah, so that's how you do rules. Another important thing to note is that you can log them. Logging is very important as a system analyst. If anything were to get through, or if there is to be something that is blocked that we don't want it to be blocked, we can figure it out with this log, and we can refer to it later. So logging is another very important part of the firewall. And the last thing I'm going to be showing you today is actually scheduling. So for different reasons and for different things, such as company hours, maintenance, things of that sort, you can actually schedule when these rules are into effect. This helps you get a better control of your network traffic flow, which is overall very important to a security analyst. And especially in our company, it's going to help mitigate risks. We want it active when we do want it, and we want it active when we don't want it. So you can choose times, for how long, duration, things of that sort. So yeah, today I showed you a little bit about how we're going to implement the pfSense firewall and how it mitigated that risk that was previously in our logical network. Thank you very much.